Good morning, everyone. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Welcome to the grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony for the new Asante Library. I am Donna Miller, Director of Parks and Recreation in Surprise. The Parks and Recreation Department, along with the Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission, are very excited to support City Council in opening this library for our residents. This library will be a place to learn, a place to collaborate, a place to be creative, and a place to gather. I would now like to invite our mayor, Skip Hall, to the podium to say a few words.
Thank you, Donna. Welcome, everyone. What an exciting day to open our third library in the city Surprise and the first one in the North Surprise. I want to acknowledge our city council who supported the building of this new Asante Library. Councilman Roland Winters, who represents this area. Councilmember Nancy Haydon, Councilmember Patrick Duffy, Councilmember Ken Remley, Councilmember David Sanders, and last but not least, my Vice Mayor, Chris Judd. I'd also like to welcome Congresswoman Debbie Lesko. Congresswoman Lesko would like to present us with a congressional recognition. Congresswoman?
Well, good morning. I tell you, I represent you in the United States Congress, and so I work in Washington, D.C. a lot of the time, and boy, am I glad to be back in Arizona. Can I just say, it is great to be here with rational people that aren't bickering all the time. And so, thank you. Listen, this is fantastic. As I drove up, I hadn't seen this library before. I hadn't been out here, and this is fantastic. I can't wait to go inside. And so whether you agree with me on issues or whether you don't agree with me on issues, I think we can all agree that this is a great asset for the city of Surprise and that this is something we can agree on together so we don't have to fight all the time. Surprise does such a great job, and their city council and mayor do such a fantastic job that I wanted to make sure that I recognize their great work. And also with Clint Hickman, our county supervisor, because the county has joined in on this venture with the library, and Clint does a great job too. So thank you, all of you. So I'm just going to briefly read it. It said, I would like to recognize this special occasion as we celebrate the grand opening of the Asante Library right here in Surprise. This is such an exciting day. Please know that I want to work together with you and others to make Arizona even better. And to that end, if my office can ever help you navigate federal regulations, and that means you too, by the way, my office, my district office is right here in Surprise, and we help people with all kinds of federal agencies, whether that is Social Security, Medicare, veteran benefits, IRS, immigration. We're there to help you. And so Giselle is right here in the front. She works for me. She has cards and also sign up for my newsletter. But I just want to say congratulations, Mayor, City Council members, Clint Hickman, and basically congratulations to all of you because you're the ones that will benefit from this great library. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman, for your continued support of Surprise. I also want to welcome the Maricopa County Supervisor, Clint Hickman, and the Assistant County Manager, Val Beckett. Is Val here? And the leadership of the Maricopa County Library District, our partners in running this new library. Literacy is important to us as a city council. Former city councilman John Williams and I established the Surprise Literacy Challenge The challenge has been going strong for the last 5 years, encouraging our young people to read and engage with literature in new ways. So opening a new library in an area that's bursting with growth is a big deal to us. ASU professor Frank Serafini has said, quote, "There is no such thing as a child who hates to read. There are only children who have not found the right book," unquote. Well, I hope that this library, closer to our northern residents, and many more children will find the right book and become passionate about reading. There are sections for children, teens, and adults, and current technologies like self-check and wireless printing capabilities. The library space is modern, bright, and packs a lot of punch for just 10,000 square feet. Haydon Building Corp and Richard Kennedy Architects did a fantastic job designing this space. As soon as you walk in to your right, you will find the Friends of the Library bookshelf. Please take a look at this section every time you visit, as proceeds from book sales help fund literacy efforts in our community. Today, we have some great activities in store, including a special story time with players from the Texas Rangers and the Kansas City Royals. Thanks to them for being here and the teams for their continued support. I also want to thank Maricopa County Library District for their role in today's festivities, the planning of the library, and the partnership in running the operations. I know that Asante Library Manager Nandi Marin and her staff will provide excellent service level. And lastly, thanks to our residents for coming here today and keeping yourselves engaged in learning and literature. To quote the great Dr. Seuss, he said, "The more you read, the more things you'll know. The more you learn, the more places you'll go." Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Staff truly appreciate the support of council in completing this project. I would now like to introduce the council member for this district, Roland Winters.
Well, good morning, surprise. Yeah, we'll try that again. Good morning to District 1. Good morning. There you go. Of course, the best district in Surprise, right? Really glad to be here, and thanks a lot for you folks taking time out of your busy schedule to help us celebrate this beautiful building that Richard and Kennedy designed for us. It's fantastic. When you go inside, it just blows your socks off. I'm, again, at one of these events, I'm following the mayor, and he always sets a high bar, which I have to try and reach. I want to really thank Haydon, too, for the great construction they did on this building. They were on time and under budget. I don't know if they were or not, but it sounds good. But I also want to thank Donna and her team, the Parks and Recs, and the Parks and Recs Commission. Everybody worked really hard for this. Back in 2018, our former city manager, Bob Riggenroth, came to the council and said, "I found some impact fees. What should we do with it?" And of course, the impact fees were earmarked just for a library, And I knew where that library should be. But we were under the gun. We had to spend this money, and we had to get this library done in the year 2020. And believe it or not, it's 2020. And the council stepped forward and said, yes, let's go for it. And everybody worked really hard to get this done. We have a beautiful building. We have a beautiful view out of that building of the mountains and the nice park that Lennar built. So it's very, very impressive, especially when you get inside. This is the only library of the 3 libraries we have in Surprise that has a group meeting room. So the folks up here will have some place to meet, have their HOA meetings, which is great. They also have some other rooms that people can go and study in. And like the mayor said, education is a wonderful thing. If you're not literate, you really miss a lot. And one of our councilmen, Ken Remley, last year was on a mission to make every children that's going to school in Surprise get a library card. And as far as I know, I think he accomplished his goals. He's a very tenacious councilman. So anyway, I want everyone to enjoy this library, and we need to thank a lot of people, just too many to mention, but it's a wonderful addition to the city of Surprise. Thank you.
Thank you, Council Member. Through an intergovernmental agreement, professional library operations are provided by the Maricopa County Library District. They have been an integral part of the construction process with layout and operations. I would now like to introduce and welcome County Supervisor Clint Hickman to say a few words.
So I try to hit, first of all, I love doing these types of events because I get to walk up and ask our staff, and they said, did you get your talking points? And I said, yeah, I got my talking points. Look at them. I don't have them, my talking points. Sorry, Cindy. But the library system does such a great job. But I want to hit a couple important things. Something that that I've never seen before. U.S. Congresswoman coming into the district to open a library. So thank you, Debbie, for coming from Washington, D.C. Because truly, opening a library is incredibly important to the county taxpayer, the city taxpayer. If we were able to open more libraries, I would get to not have to go to open more jails of the Maricopa County system. If we can educate the kids and do it in a setting where it can be quiet, they can get their tangible feel of a book and learn in a safe place, I do believe that we will not have to put so much money towards jails, prisons, and things like that. It offers opportunity for the next generation to really plug into a community and understand what's good and bad and what's valuable. I have some memories here that I just want to go down a path. I like to talk about the ties that I have and my family have to a community in spaces like this. I grew up in the West Valley. I went up and down these roads, sometimes for nefarious things, when I was young. So let me talk about something nefarious real quick that I'm looking at. The current coach of Peoria High School football, sorry, surprise, Peoria High School football's here that I saw, and he was the quarterback as I got out of high school. William Babb and his first lady, Marla Babb, that works for the City of Surprises here, so it was nice to see them. There's Marla. The other thing that maybe few of you know is one of the speakers here is the former homecoming queen of Peoria High School, Donna Miller. Yeah. So, congratulations, Donna. I mean, homecoming queen it's a key role in surprise government. So thanks for being here. This is the third library of Surprise, and this is the third time the council and the mayor have shown vision and have plugged in Maricopa County Library. We are honored to be invited into your community and help you with this. This is a fantastic building. So my certainly huge respect. It just is beautiful. The site is beautiful, and it's sitting in neighborhoods that are going to start coming up around it. So congratulations to you, Skip, and the entire council for doing a great job. With that, I'm going to get off. But thank you guys for being here. Thanks to Library District for doing such a great job, because that is the reason why we continue to be invited in, is the hard work that your staff does. So again, thank you for the invitation. Congratulations, the citizens of Surprise, for a beautiful library today.
Thank you for that walk down memory lane. So we had an all-star team who pulled off construction of this beautiful library in a very short amount of time. I just want to say special thanks, Public Works Department, specifically Mike Boulay, Jeff Martin, Community Development Department, Chris Boyd and his team, IT Department, Tracy Mills, Thomas Gargan, Gina Busby, Mike Bruner spent a lot of time out here. Our Parks and Recreation team, Paul Free, Christine Fredrickson, Todd Woolner, and Joanne and all her staff are putting this event on today. I can't say enough positive things about Haydon Building Court and Richard Kennedy Architects for designing this building. It's truly a work of art. At this time, I would like to introduce Fritz Behrhorst, Vice President of Pre-Construction with Haydon Building Court, to come up and say a few words.
Thanks, Donna. I appreciate it, and I want to thank the members of the council and Mayor Hall for the opportunity to work on this great project. And you know, I think back about when I first learned about this project that Surprise was going to be building a new library, and the first thing I thought about is that I needed to team up with Richard and Kennedy, one of my favorite designers, and a firm that we've done many design build projects with. And so I teamed up with Richard and Kennedy and White Bow Studios, and I really want to thank their team that worked so hard on this project: Laura Nebeker and Nick Nevels, Steve Kennedy, Kelly Bauer, great visionary designers that created this great building. And my first meeting with Mike Boulay, who I want to thank also for his vision of what we could do with the money that we had. And Mike said, so we want to build a library. We're going to build it in a retention basin in a park, and I want it to be really cool. This is how much money you have. Go do something cool. And I'm like, oh, God. So we had some real challenges, but through the vision of the design team and some creative application, we were able to, I think we pulled it off. We got a really cool building here, and I'm very proud of it. So I also want to thank our team. You know, this stuff doesn't just happen on its own. It takes the dedication of a good team. So our project manager, Chad Slaymaker, and our superintendent, Adam Arenovus, really did a great job. I mean, Adam is so detailed, and he sends me pictures of things that are happening in the field. One of the great things about working with Richard and Bauer is that we get to learn new ways of building things, because they tend to design things that maybe haven't been built before. So we get to work out all the details, all this scrim and all this metal that's on here. We really had to create the way to build that. So if you really want to understand what this building is all about, kind of look at that and think about what it takes to conceive that and then put it all together. And it's just amazing that the guys pulled it off. So I'm really proud of that. So for the community of Surprise, I'm very proud to have this building built for you, and hopefully that you enjoy it for many years. Thank you.
Thank you, Fritz. So it's time to cut the ribbon. I'm going to ask the mayor, Supervisor Hickman, rest of council, Congresswoman Lesko, join him behind the ribbon here, and we will open the library for everybody.